silence it.
Oh. That usually happens with me. At least one of them is unmuted, and I start hearing the intro a few seconds after.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. It's just the rules. Oh, I caught it. Ha. Just before someone was going to say something, I caught it. But that means we're live on both platforms. Welcome, everybody, to another Post-3MR. It's me, KC, Wosu, one of the 3MR reviewers, and I'm joined today by Jesse Galena. What's up, Jesse? Can you...
Hey.
Oh, I thought I lost you for a second.
Oh, nope, I'm still here.
And today...
It's gonna take more than that.
I gotta try harder. So, today we're going to be looking at the game that just dropped on the main channel for the 3MR, which is The Wild at Heart. I don't know why, but the title kind of sounds familiar to me. Like maybe I'd heard of this at some point in the past. Like it did come on Game Pass, and I tend to pay kind of special attention to stuff that's destined for Game Pass. But I don't know. It kind of came out of nowhere, other than it sounding somewhat familiar.
Sometimes that's how I do.
And we will not start at the beginning of the game. Rather, I have a save that's like right before the final boss, and I want to just run around the world and just kind of complete things. So ignore the conversation that's here in case there are any spoilers. Glad to see you. Okay, so the last time I loaded up this save, it started me just before the boss, but this seems to be like a post-game world.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting teapot diving suit with a candle on it.
Right, like this is something that I mentioned in the review. These are the Green Shield. These are all kind of magical individuals who have been tasked with sort of keeping a certain evil at bay within this magical forest. Like this forest is actually a prison. Like they say pretty early on, it's not a spoiler. Oh. Like it's actually a prison. And this team of wizards has been tasked by, you know, I forget what she's called, like a green witch. The green witch, I think she's called. And she's kind of like the spirit of the forest. And she gave them, you know, magical powers, kind of with the trade-off of, hey, you got to stay here and keep these evil things from getting out to the rest of the world, right? So they're all old and kooky because of how many, you know, hundreds or thousands of years they've been kind of doing this job. And you play as Wake and you play as Kirby, the two kids who are standing in front of them right here. For reasons that we'll get into, I guess, a little bit. You know, they leave home, they get lost in the woods, and they stumble upon all of this.
Oh, is this actually in, like, the woods by their house, or is this, like, there was a portal in the woods by their house?
It's a little of both.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, this is like the main hub. So yeah, I've already completed the game, so there are a couple of side things that I'm going to be running through, and then I guess if anyone in chat has questions about like the actual game, or if you have questions about the game, I'm happy to answer them.
Definitely have a question.
Right, go ahead, shoot.
Because you mentioned in the review, which if you haven't saw it, everybody watching the review, the actual 3MR went live not too long before this over on the Escapist and the Escapist YouTube. And you had mentioned that it was very similar to Pikmin.
Yes.
As someone who has never played Pikmin, and pretend like I know nothing of Pikmin, I know a slight amount about Pikmin. But
well, funny much. Story, I have also never played Pikmin.
Oh, okay. So how would you explain it without using Pikmin as a point of reference?
That's an interesting way to put it. Okay, but you've also not really played the Zelda games, right? Like that's also kind of a blind spot for you in a way.
I mean, I've played Ocarina of Time, and I know more about Zelda than probably any other game that I've played almost none of.
Fair enough. All right, they kind of reset some of my stuff here. Like I'm missing a lot of resources. But okay, think 2D Legend of Zelda, right? Where you're jumping around different biomes on like a much larger world map. Matter of fact, I can show you the world map right now. So like they're kind of separated by dark space, but if you leave out of, say, this area, you just pop up in the next one. So like that dark space doesn't actually matter. This map is separated just so you know that these are different areas, right? This is the coast, sunken grotto, cave systems, blah, blah, blah. It's Legend of Zelda, right? Go to different places. Your path will be blocked for some reason by something, and you have to puzzle your way into it. Sometimes it's something that you can do while you're there, which will give you a little bit of progression. Other times, you'll need to use items that you find elsewhere. But instead of items in Zelda, you usually use the Spritelings, which are these creatures that follow you around. I'll just pull out as many as I have right now, because I have to actually go birth some more, I guess.
Go birth some more?
Yes, you see they all just jump out of the hearth here, they call it. And the different kinds have different abilities. They have different strengths and weaknesses. And depending on the situation, you may need one particular type. You may need two different types because they're like some kind of puzzles that, use different methodology. I want to go someplace that I know that there's still like a lot of junk to collect. Yeah, let's try Wagon. And basically, you just use your knowledge of these creatures and their abilities to solve puzzles.
Okay.
So, an added aspect of the puzzle solving is managing the creatures, and that's the part that's Pikmin. The fact that you don't use like a sword or a shield or items, you use the Pikmin or the Spritelings to basically do everything you need to do. With the exception of, this vacuum cleaner that I mentioned in the review. Yeah, so I throw these guys at this thing and they beat it up. And it turns into that.
Nice.
Why are we hurt?
Because some people are mean.
So I also haven't played Pikmin, but I'm aware of it. Being a Smash fan, I have like acute awareness of pretty much all the characters that feature in that game. And I did go look up Pikmin stuff. After I realized this game had a lot of similarities, I looked up some Pikmin stuff to see how similar it was. And honestly, there's a lot that's kind of just the same. Especially the fact that you actually do use both kids. Like, I can be Wake or Kirby by pressing Y. I just switch between them. And I can do something like stand over here, switch to the other one. Hold on, I messed that up. I can have Wake do an action here, switch to the other one. Wait, why are they stopping me from doing this? Oh, there we go. So I can leave him there, take all the babies, or I can say, hey, you take these guys with you, and I'll just take these, and I'll go off and do my own thing. And so there are certain puzzles that require them to be separated, for them to have certain, I was going to say Pikmin, to have certain Spritelings with them. And Kirby has this unique ability to kind of just go through these logs and essentially teleport to different areas. Like, Wake cannot do that because he's too big. So that usually tells you, hey, you're going to have to do a bunch of separation puzzles in the area, right?
Yeah.
So I can do that.
And then your little Spritelings can't follow you through there.
Right, they cannot. But in this area, there should still be... Oh, okay, I guess I did more here than I thought I did. Because, like, the map will actually show, like, big stars that says, hey, there's some stuff here that you can go collect.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the side activities that I found to be pretty cool was the guy who you liked... Scrap Heap is his name, the one who wears like the tea kettle diving helmet.
Yeah.
He houses a museum. And because these wizards have been in this forest for like years and years and years, like the world essentially is passing them by. And so every now and then, certain things will just like show up in the forest that they don't recognize and are fascinated by, like a washing machine or a piano or, you know, a TV or something like that. So like you find stuff like that hidden around the forest, and then you can figure out how to get your spritelings to bring them back to him. And then he gives you like, you know, currency and little interesting tidbits about what they think that thing is.
That's cool. Was that a person in a box over there?
It's a cat in a box, which is another side quest. Like I still have not figured out how to get through these like sparkly cracked rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory, and maybe we'll test it out. But yeah, like it doesn't matter what I throw at it, none of my spritelings have any effect. Yeah, my vacuum doesn't have an effect. Her lantern doesn't have an effect. So there's still something. There's some secret that I've not yet uncovered. Because those rocks are all over the place. They hide probably like other encounters, other secrets, things like that.
Gotcha.
So that's part of why I want to just keep running around this world. Because I don't want to go back through the main story. Because it actually starts, weirdly enough, with just Wake. And I assume it's for tutorial purposes. Let's just go to the very beginning, I guess, to Heartlands. And we'll just look around here in case we've missed anything important. For tutorial purposes, I guess it starts with you just controlling the one character. And, you know, just a couple of one kind of the spritelings. And then I want to say maybe 2 to 3 hours in is when Kirby shows up. And then you have to control them both. But the game really is the game when you have both of them. I was enjoying it when it was just Wake, but once Kirby showed up, like I really started to appreciate like how cool all the different things you could do were. Like how them working in tandem, how them splitting up the characters between one another, like really sold me on the premise. Because like I mentioned earlier, like I didn't play Pikmin, so like I had no affection for this as a game type. But now I can understand why... Crap. We're under attack! So now I can understand why Pikmin is like a popular franchise.
Can you choose which spritelings you're chucking at the moment? Or is it just
yeah, you can.
find you first?
The bumper switches them in a sequence, but you can actually hold it and then you can quick select like this on a radio menu.
Oh, okay.
I'm missing the barblings. They're like
maybe
big,
that's
spiky boys.
Maybe that's who disrupts the rock.
I feel like I tested them on them before, but now I can't be certain. So
maybe it's like a mix of spritelings. I don't know.
But that would be a first, honestly. Like of a situation that required that would require different kinds of them to do the same task. It's usually get this kind to do this task, and then this other kind to do this other task that then, you know, are part of a sequence.
Honey Money asked, how hard are the puzzles on the subject of...
I don't think I would...
Rocks.
I don't think I would categorize any of them as really hard at all. More so... It's more so like you just wait for the solution to click rather than you have to like really like it's not like a tile puzzle where you have to like sit there and like move things around to see, you know, how things fit together. Like there's nothing in the game that works that way. It's more so you need a thing that's somewhere and you can't get there. So how do you get there? And usually the answer is I need a certain spriteling that does a thing that opens up the path. Or you'll have to think creatively with the kids and be like, okay, well, if one of them is here, then they can like push this button, etc., etc.
Okay, so you're hatching.
Yeah, so
new pips.
That's also part of the management section because like you don't have like an infinite number of these guys to work with. So these
does it require here, resources in order to grow more?
Yeah. So these fruits here have these little glowy bits, and then these other fruits will have seeds Actually, let me suck these guys back because I don't need more of them. I need more of the main guys actually. So depending on who you let destroy the thing, that's the seeds that'll get dropped.
Gotcha.
And these things all respawn. So like it's not like there's a finite amount in the world. Like you just come back later and you'll have more chances to get more.
Okay.
Yeah, you just drop them in your stash box and then they're there for you to use when you Oh, and also they carry things for you, which is also cute.
Aww.
Like if I want them to get this apple. But also these guys don't swim, so.
Uh-oh.
So that's usually not gonna work.
Maybe says, are all those Pikmin subbed to your channel? Otherwise, they're not very loyal followers.
It's a different time, you know?
And Luke Mercury? Probably mispronouncing it. Said, I always thought Pikmin had untapped potential. This looks neat. So that's cute.
Yeah, to be honest, I prefer the aesthetic this game goes for with this than Pikmin. Like Pikmin's it's a little ugly looking. If I'm being honest, like the choice of art style, not like necessarily the graphics, you know. Like Pikmin look a little more weird than they do cute. Like these guys are cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Pikmin don't have like mouths and stuff.
I
don't know. They creep me out a little bit. That's all. That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah, they kind of have that look of like whatever. I don't know what those suits are called, where it's just like the really tight speed suit of like a single color.
Oh, like this is either like speed skating or speed walking.
Yeah, but like the like Party City version of those that you use for costumes. Like they kind of look like that to me.
I got all this stuff already.
Tommy cashes in some channel points to say I wanted to say something witty. Instead, I'll just say that verified means proven to exist. Therefore, only Nick is real.
We can't all be real like Nick.
Apparently, well, I'm gonna try to be. I got a link, so now I can figure out how. Because last time I checked, Twitter was like, we're not verifying anybody, so...
Oh, right, yeah, they only just recently opened that back up, which I think was part of the new wave of verifications.
I gotta get on that fast.
So I did mention this in the review, that there's a day-night cycle.
Yeah.
Like, right now it's nighttime. I probably won't bother going back and saving much, because this is like the post-game and we're on stream. But, like, while I was playing the game, like, this kind of annoyed me. Because the days aren't super long. I want to say they're maybe 15, 20 minutes. And once it's nighttime, you'll see in a moment, like or matter of fact, maybe if I'm in a post game, maybe they don't show up. But the Never, which is like the big bad enemy in this game, they just teleport in while it's nighttime, and like they hurt you directly. Like if enemies are like attacking your Spritelings, they can kill them off and stuff, but you can just go burp more. Like, you know, they're kind of expendable in that way. But the kids is a different story. You kill them, then, you know, it's a bad time for everybody. So they're out here working.
That's
tear down this wall. So now we have, some hot rocks.
Oh, go ahead.
And so the Fire Boys are the only ones who can stand here and hang out.
Yeah.
Anybody else will get burned or hurt.
They don't care. And yes, morph suit is what I was looking for. Thank you both.
Morph
it's like
suit?
Billy Wilbo.
Official name?
And Honey Bunny. When I googled that, it brought it immediately up. So yes, I think so.
Like, what do you morph into when you wear a morph suit?
I don't know. A weird Pikmin, I guess. Well, I guess just a normal Pikmin.
Is that all that was in this corner? Some damn rocks? So I somehow
that-
left a what's the name behind. That's what that means, like a little dot on the map. And I just realized, yeah, I have 59 of 60. So there was a straggler somewhere who will just stand around waiting like the dog from Futurama. There he goes.
Oh, that dog.
I can't get him from down here. All right, now we are all back together again. All right, so let me find a teleporter, because I don't know why nothing's coming up on the map as if I've done everything there is to do in this game. I'm pretty sure I have not. As you can see, like, I still can't open up those other rocks. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I still need to do to get that ability. Like, maybe I do need to find all these other things, and then they'll be like, hey, check this out. All your spriteling can now bust through rocks.
Yeah, did you try the barbed ones that you have them?
Yeah, I threw them at that other one that we came across, and yeah, they also...
Oh, okay.
They punch it and then they go, I don't know.
This doesn't work. Honey Bunny asked, how does it control? Does it get tedious having to cycle through?
No, it's actually pretty quick to go through it. And honestly, like, I prefer doing this to pulling up the menu because this pauses it. And I tend to just want to stay in the game. But this is actually faster, like, when you really think about it. Like, you just hold it, go to that. Like, and if you, like, really memorize in your head where the spriteling you want is at, then, you know, you'll be unstoppable, I guess. But in terms of throwing them, you do have to press the button individually each time. So if I want to, at some point, get all 60 of my spritelings to be doing something, which you rarely need that many to do any one task. Like, it'll for sure get done faster, but it'll probably be done before you actually, you know, finish. For example, like, if I try to chuck all 60 at these things... Oh, matter of fact, no, they can't do that because they're fire. So we need the regular boys because they can deal with the fungus. So stuff like that is like how you use them. You just learn what they're good and bad at.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right, I guess I'll just keep going.
Lampy also says, Casey just doesn't like Pikmin because Olimar wrecks him in Smash.
This is a lie, and Lampy knows it. It's, I guess, because I'm in the end game, the Never don't attack anymore at night, which is good. That definitely, you know, helps with just the pure exploration.
Mm-hmm. A little more freedom. Not having to worry about the stress of that.
Yeah, because I honestly, like they're very troublesome. Like, if you're trying to, you know, do a puzzle or get somewhere, like, they just keep popping up. They'll attack you. They'll attack the spritelings. It just throws a wrench in everything you're doing. So it's not worth the hassle of trying to keep going. I'll just run back to the nearest campsite, sleep for the night. It goes back to morning, then I continue.
So what, looks like those are apples up there.
Yeah.
Do those do any things if you grab them?
Yes, I can eat them and heal myself, which I needed to do, apparently.
Julie Willow says, I also prefer not being attacked at night, so I can relate. Ace says, they seem a bit organized. Whoop, oh, stop it, Twitch chat. The Pikmin are all over the place.
Are they? So they don't follow you as neatly as this, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I think so. Again.
Yeah, they kind of group up together. And honestly, they really do a good job of taking initiative when need be.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, I didn't even realize one was holding one of those monster hearts, but as we passed this campsite, he took it upon himself to go put it in a box.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, let me go even out these numbers a bit. still have not enough of these boys. I was like, how many of the? Because I think I can still pay for upgrades to get even more hatchlings out. Though I probably don't need them at this point. But sometimes you just gotta be greedy. Alright, so now I can whittle down some of these numbers so that they're a little more fair. And I'm bad at math though, so get 15 of these guys.
Your friend and mine, Jack Packard, says on an adorable scale of Danny DeVito in Batman Returns to Danny DeVito in general, where does this game sit?
Oh man, I don't know if I've ever honestly thought of Danny DeVito as adorable. So that's a scale I'm not sure I'd be able to use properly.
The voice of Pikachu?
The internet's chosen voice of Pikachu. I don't think.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, a news story come out saying that he didn't know what a Pikachu was, that he didn't know what Pokemon was, which I find very hard to believe. I mean, Danny DeVito is an old man, but come on, you don't know what Pokemon is?
He's busy. You don't have time for Pokemons. He's busy making Always Sunny in Philadelphia episodes. And probably something else. I don't know what else he's doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's done recently.
Probably living off his piles of money.
This frog's being a jerk.
So how do you know how much like hit points your Pikmin, and by Pikmin I mean Spritelings, have left?
I do not. It is a mystery. So you have to be careful. Though you can do certain things to stop them from getting hit entirely. Like, you know, sucking them away from the frog.
Or it smashes them. For clarification, Jack says, in general, that man is adorable. So,
sure. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Beauty is in the eye of the Danny DeVito.
Quick, what's your favorite Danny DeVito movie?
I am gonna be honest. I struggle to think of a Danny DeVito movie I have seen.
Really? Have you?
I am so aware of him as a, like, person and as a celebrity, but not because of actual things he's done that I've seen.
Okay, so
like,
here's some stuff over here I have not completed. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've been in the room while the movie Twins was on.
Twins was gonna be my answer, actually. Like, I love that dumbass movie.
All I remember is the premise. That's it. I don't know.
It's so
what
good.
Else.
It's such a dumb-ass premise. Oh crap! I'm by myself.
Uh-oh. Better get out of there.
He's trying to stab me. Oh crap! I'm back at the beginning. Okay.
And like I know he's in Hercules, right? He's
he?
The fawn?
The trainer guy?
Yeah, they're not the fawn, the centaur.
Was he a centaur? He was half goat, half man. That's not a centaur. That's
oh shoot, the satyr, not centaur.
Satyr.
Yeah, satyr. Centaur is the half horse, half person. Satyr is the half goat, half person.
Oh crap, I did not need to go through that.
He says I get Bob Hoskins mixed up with him. That's fair. Only one was Mario, though.
Do you think Danny DeVito could pull off a good Mario?
I do. I think. Again, I've never really seen Danny DeVito act that I know of. So maybe. He seems to be the right height. When you look at Mario in New Donk City. Phil is the character's name in Hercules. Thank you, Ace. Yeah, Phil the whatever we just said. Satyr, there it is.
Oh, these are the wrong guys for this job,
I
actually.
think Otto. I think that was Jason Alexander in Notre Dame and Danny DeVito in Hercules. I think you have them mixed up, or I'm wrong.
Jason Alexander was in The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, he's one of the gargoyles, I think.
Man, I don't remember that movie at all. Now that you mention
I
it.
haven't seen it.
I just never seen it.
I am aware of a lot more things than I have personal experience with. Jack Packard says throw mama from a train. Again, sounds like a Danny DeVito thing. Haven't seen it.
Yeah, that movie I've not seen.
Romancing the Stone? Danny DeVito is in that? I might have seen that. Junior? Is that the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger carries a baby?
Yes.
That's another one I think was on while I was in a room somewhere.
What was it with the 90s and pairing Arnold Schwarzenegger? You know what? I already know the answer to my own question. It was the Juxtaposition. Like, why keep putting Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in movies? It's because Arnold Schwarzenegger was massive and Danny DeVito was very small. It's the same reason why The Rock and Kevin Hart have multiple movies together. Like, Hollywood does not learn new tricks.
No, it doesn't. Also, why Phil the Satyr was next to Hercules, because he's tiny.
Yeah, right. He's
Hercules
the
look
big
big.
guy, but the guy behind the big guy is the small guy. Because those are the rules of comedy. I'm glad Jack's here because he can instruct us. Like, why? Give us the reasoning, the mental reasoning why that's actually funny. The juxtaposition. Like, I'm interested to learn. Like, why is that a thing that a human finds humorous to the point that Hollywood would continuously use it over and over again? Because clearly it works.
Yeah, break it down for us. Isis Seal. No, I have not seen Batman Returns. I know what he looks like in that movie, but no, I have not seen it.
Batman Returns is a great movie.
I'm gonna have to take your word on it.
Real talk, watch more Batman.
Oh my gosh, I've been watching the Harley Quinn show. I saw the first season of that.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody in the world hadn't been telling me to watch that show. It is brilliant.
Really, no one was telling you to watch that?
No.
Yeah, like,
I guess
I don't think
because
I've heard a
up until
single.
recently-
I don't think I've heard a single bad review for that movie. I'm sorry, for that TV show.
Yeah, it is hilarious. Like, extremely well done. I enjoy it so much.
Oh wait, how did you get off of this? That's a really bad throw wake. Like, what the hell was that about?
Tommy says that's why it's you and Jesse, Casey. Same principle. I'm not sure which one of us is Schwarzenegger and which one is Danny DeVito, though.
Yeah, like, we're pretty much the same size, I think. That is hilarious, though.
I mean, really, I'm fine with being either one.
I kind of
There's no bad pick.
I kind of don't want to be either. Like, I'd rather not be as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger or as small and round as Danny DeVito.
Jack says juxtaposition is a way to surprise your brain. When your brain is surprised, the energy not spent going to where it needs to be is expelled as energy. That's where laughter comes from.
Wow, I'm so happy with that information.
I don't think anything about what Jack wrote is true, but I enjoyed every word of it, and I'm glad that he wrote
I
it.
am gullible enough to believe that is actual fact, and I will take Jack at face value because I'm that trusting. left all those babies behind. Why?
And then he adds the rest is social context.
That's honestly fascinating. Like, if that's not true, it should now be true. Like, credit Jack as the author of that definition.
That's how truth works, right? You're like, I like this. This should be.
The first person to
is.
say a thing makes it true, right? That's how it works.
Yeah.
Because Insightfully Daft, I wonder. I haven't been looking at chat. So I don't know if Insightfully Daft is in there, but we've been having on and off conversations about like philosophy here and there.
Yeah.
And like I've often wondered that about philosophy, right? Like, okay, so you become a philosopher by being the first person to present just some mundane thing as a philosophical topic, right? Like, how else does that work? Like, we all know what a chair is, but then to ask what is a chair in a philosophical way now makes you the author of what was the term? Forms? Crap, I forget the word now. He just told me this terminology. Something forms. Damn it. It'll come to me like hours from now.
You learn a new word and you're like, this is such a great word, I gotta use it again. And then you try to remember it and you're like, oh no.
Pythagorean, right? No. It's something like Pythagorean. Platonic forms, because it's Plato's forms. So not like platonic relationship. It's platonic like it's Plato's thinking of form. I'm getting off on a tangent. Platonic forms is what I was talking about, right? And if you haven't heard of it before, it's essentially like the most perfect representation of an idea, right? So not the physical thing, like I'm holding a mouse in my hand, like this is a mouse, we can all recognize that this is a mouse. Mm-hmm. But if you think about what a mouse is in your head, you and I could have different ideas of what the perfect mouse is, right? Are you still with me? You following?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So the form is actually one step above that. It's the concept of a mouse before it enters any person's brain, and that person has the ability to change it into whatever they consider perfect. So it's a level of perfection that's untouched by humans. Like, that's what a form is. Right?
Okay. All right.
So, like, that's never not been true, right? Like, the idea of an idea or a concept existing before people take it and interpret it, like, that's always existed. But Plato being the first person to, I guess, or maybe not the first person, but at least the first person to put it into print and have a lot of other people credit him with that, he basically becomes a philosopher. And, like, it's the same thing with, like, people talking about truth, people talking about right and wrong, people talking about, I don't know, just whatever concept you can think of. If somebody's the first to sort of verbalize how you think about it, boom, they're a philosopher. Which I don't know. I sound like I'm ranting, I guess. I find it super interesting.
Lampy brings up a good point on Jack saying it's the barleycorn explanation all over again. And yes, that's why I want to hear everything Jack says, but I also don't believe a word of it.
I don't
know if you were there. I don't know if you were there for the barleycorn.
No, I don't think I was.
Man, I think it was Amy and I. Amy was streaming, and we were talking about weird units of measurement, and there was like a barleycorn, because we were talking about feet and like
as a unit
different
of
things and like
measurement?
cubits, and someone said barleycorn was a measurement, and Jack was like, "Oh yeah, that's because it's sort of like feet, and but they used barleycorn for footwear." So it was how many strips of barleycorn would make up this thing. And everybody was like, oh. And by everybody, I mean mostly Amy and I were like, oh. And then Jack was like, not a word of that was true. And we were like, dang it, Jack.
That's good though. That's the kind of lie I can get behind.
Isol, thank you for the, I'm assuming Wikipedia entry is, the barleycorn is a former English unit of length equal to 1/3 of an inch, i.e. about 8.47 millimeters. It is still used as the basis of shoe sizes in English speaking, and then it ends probably countries.
All right, let's move on to a different area because I thought there would be more secrets and stuff to uncover here, especially since I'd be upset if prior to finishing the game they're showing me big stars on the map where I can find the cool stuff, and then after finishing the game they're like, oh, if you want to explore, you gotta do this yourself now.
Oh dang. Jack says the brain thing is real. It's theoretical because it's all brain. It's all meat stuff. Ah, meat stuff.
I don't think I've ever even heard the word barleycorn before today. But that's how you learn.
That's how you learn, and that's how you learn to question everything people on the internet tell you. Until you go to Wikipedia, look it up, and then check the citation to double check it.
Like, that's honestly exhausting oftentimes. Which is why I advocate people like go independently and just learn as much random bullshit as they can. So when you come across certain things on the internet, you can be like, oh, right, I know that's true. Or you can be like, that sounds fishy. I'll need to do more research. Rather than just straight up having to side-eye everything. I do think they actually removed all the stars. Damn, I need 75.
Brutal.
But there's a unique property to my moon boys here, where at night, if they touch a certain item, they actually get stronger.
Ooh.
So like they'll count as like more than just one. But the question is, so for this rock, which I have not been able to move yet since the beginning of this game, the question is, where can I find one of those rocks nearby? I might have to like go all the way around, I think. And I also need to be here at night to get that to work.
That's how he says a philosophical question for Jesse. T-Rex's small hands. Was it to balance its otherwise terrifying form? It was juxtaposition for their otherwise terrifying form.
It was divine comedy is what...
Yeah, it's divine evolutionary comedy. Everybody has a sense of humor. T-Rex arms are evolution's sense of humor.
I just came down from this area. But my path was blocked by a rock I couldn't get to from the other side. So I must need to just come back here and just do a bigger loop in the previous area rather than come from a different location. So we'll try that. But in terms of story, which we haven't talked too much about yet, the kids aren't talking much anymore because the game's over, and I think I kind of exhausted all of their interactions. But like when I would save, you'd get like a little cutscene of them sitting at a campfire, and they would like talk about kid stuff. You know, they'd say,
"Aww."
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, remember when?" This was a really funny one. Oh, remember when so and so wrote the love letter to Kyle, but she didn't specify if it was Kyle T or Kyle P, and they both got into a big fight. And then it turned out it was for like Kyle T. Because there were 3 Kyles. Like, it was just a stupid little funny story that they were having while kind of camped out in the middle of the woods. And there was also this sense of like sadness behind it because they're 2 kids who are now out in the woods. Like, they're reminiscing about the life that they had, and they're now out in the woods because they felt like running away was the answer to the problem that they were having at home. So like, it's no real spoiler, but Wake in particular, like I said, you start the game with him, and the first thing he's doing is collecting stuff from his room to, basically meet Kirby out in the woods and run away from home. And it's because, he and his dad aren't getting along. All you really see from his dad are like, empty beer cans all over the house, and like, like a staticky TV, as if the TV is just always on. And his dad's kind of parked in front of it without even really watching. He's just kind of there, being aloof and absent and stuff. And it's just the 2 of them. And clearly that's something that has only recently come about. So something, happened to the mom in the equation. And everyone's dealing with it poorly. So like, that's kind of like the kickoff for him running out to the woods. Kirby's backstory is a little more mysterious, and I won't spoil it, but she's a lot more happy-go-lucky despite having, similar reasons to be upset, I guess. And like, they go back and forth between them because they're both like really, really good friends. Like, they legitimately like love each other dearly, like in a platonic way. Mm-hmm. Because they're very small children.
Very philosophical.
Very philosophical. So they talk to each other, they reaffirm each other. And like, when Wake doesn't want to talk about something that's hurting him, Kirby looks at it from another angle and it kind of helps him, maybe reevaluate his personal feelings and his take on the situation, which they don't spend like a ton of time on. Like, I find it super interesting that they would even hint at that kind of discussion between like 2 kids who are going through what they're going through. Like, I wish it was maybe a bigger part of the story, but the amount that they went to, I was perfectly fine with, and I thought, was adequate and well done. So like, I really liked the story. Like, I found it good.
It's neat. That's really cool.
Then the other half is this whole big fantastical world where you meet this guy, Greycoat, early on. Hello, Master Wake. Truly a pleasure to have you in our midst again. Probably. He ends almost all his sentences with the word probably. Like, they don't explain why, but it's a quirk that is memorable. And like, it's a thing that I came to like because like, I would start reading sentences without probably in it to know what he really meant because he just says probably almost like a reflex. A few Nevergazers spotted here and there, but much closer to normal frequency. The deep woods won't ever be fully rid of them. Echoes will abound, probably. You see? Thanks to you and the Green Witch. Right, so that's just some endgame stuff.
Ooh, since we're talking philosophy and barley corns and whatnot, Milky bringing up Wikipedia should start every page with "we think that," but I would say fortunately they don't have to because that's what freaking citations are for. The citations of Wikipedia are extremely helpful in knowing, like, okay, well, it says this, and then you can look it up, which is extra frustrating. Because sometimes you'll come across like citations that are behind a paywall because it's like this thing from journal this. Yeah. It's like, oh, cool. Let me look up that journal. Well, you have to do this. Dang it. Most of them are open. But yeah, that's always annoying when that happens. But yeah, so I feel like Wikipedia is an underutilized resource. And like, if you just pull from Wikipedia, that's not super helpful. But that is a resource to see where information is and then to find those citations that should be there. And if they are not there, then you can, not quote Wikipedia. but that you shouldn't quote Wikipedia, but that it is an amazing resource to find other information.
Right, Wikipedia is a perfectly fine starting point.
Right.
So this lady Toothpicks here, her name is ironic because she carries a big sword. She gives you bounties, so she'll tell you to kill a certain number of enemies, which is a thing that you can kind of just do in passing, and she'll reward you with like a bunch of nuts and bolts, which is the currency in this world. Which I never had any trouble. I had never had any trouble running out of the currency. Like, you find it everywhere, and it like respawns as well. Like these windmills that you see all over the place. Wade can use his vacuum on them. Oh, I must have got those already. But when they get up to full speed, they'll just dump what's the name at you, currency. So this is where you upgrade. I never really found the need to keep adding more hearts. Like, I did give Wake and Kirby both 1 extra heart, but I never died with either kid. So I didn't invest in it. I also didn't invest in increasing their whatchamacallits either. Their weapons can overheat, so you'll need to do like a cooldown. But like 1 extra second doesn't matter. Like, you can pretty much finish everything you need to in the game without having to spam that. Like, any puzzle that requires it, you can do on the initial charge. So like, kind of unnecessary in terms of like upgrade. Like, the upgrade stuff doesn't matter. See, it feels kind of like it's there to be there, but because it doesn't impact the game at all. Like, if anything, if you were having trouble in the game, like, you could grind and use that to make it slightly easier, because I don't believe there's any sort of difficulty level. So in that respect, it's fine. Like, I don't mind it.
Is there a way to upgrade their weapons or their special abilities, and maybe that's how you get past the rock? Or is it just like the overheating and stuff like that?
I mean, that would be interesting, but though nothing has hinted at either of their abilities having an effect on it. Like, stuff will react when I can affect. Like, for example, the spores on these mushrooms. Like, you can see that I've sucked it away.
And once you sucked it away, you can throw your...
Well, yeah, these guys still don't like it, though. So I'll just use these boys. This guy also has the spores on him.
Oh.
Man, he ran straight in there.
He's ready to fight.
Yeah, rude. Oh man, I didn't know that there were still bosses like this hanging out.
What's this rock whale thing?
Bubble traps. Yeah, they're like taking a lot of my spritlings out of the picture when I want to throw them. Move. Oh, I forgot about these guys. They're all in the way of that. Run!
Oh no, they got bubbled.
Oh crap! Don't stomp these kids out. Oh god, that was bad. He threw that directly on where they were all sitting. Oh damn, he took out a shit ton. Like, I thought he was gonna throw him like where I was, but he targeted where the most friggin' spritlings were. That was legit like half my army.
Egg.
Come here, child.
Rock whale being brutal.
Oh, I already got whatever was over here, so I fought that boss for nothing. Why am I stuck here?
Carl says this rock thing just standing around minding its own business, and we're just throwing a bunch of pikmin at it.
I mean, isn't that the way of all things?
Oh, what's that thing hanging there?
That is
Like,
for these boys. Well, actually, okay, so I can raise it like that. But the reason for that is, yeah, you stop. Like the spiky boys can stick to the netting. So that would raise them up there, because this is a puzzle that I did already. And then Kirby somehow gets up here and then has to, because she gets up there by herself, and then she'll have to suck these guys from the barrel to help her because she has to do stuff up there on her own. But that's one of the earlier puzzles that I've since solved.
Oh, Honey Money asked, does the combat actually add much?
It adds enough. Like it's not like the best part of this, and it's not like it's entertaining. Like it's not like so engaging that it's a highlight. But like when it poses a good enough challenge and it uses the spritlings the way that the puzzles do as well, so like it's still the same kind of level of enjoyment.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a completely different thing. It's
Right.
still similar enough to the rest of the gameplay.
Yeah, like if you're just running around and you're trying to solve puzzles by using this spritling and that spritling and whatnot, the fighting, especially the boss fight like you just saw, is like a much more fast-paced version of that exact same thing. Because usually the bosses will have attributes that can, be to the benefit or detriment of whatever spritling you're throwing at them, right? So you got to be thinking about that as well. And also it adds challenge to the fact that, okay, I need to get to a certain area and I need to use this number of spritlings, but there are some tough enemies on the way and I need to fight them well enough to make it there with with all my guys intact. Okay, so this is something I've not gotten to yet. What am I missing here to open up this path?
Ooh, I want to know. I want to look at it. Where's it at? You gotta fight that thing.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of this guy first. Am I forced to,
Is
like,
there,
Oh, he killed them. Oh, no.
Ooh. So it looks like one character's at lower hearts. Does it... If one character goes down, is it game over state, or can you just walk around but you only have the other character?
That's a good question. Since I never had either of them die, I do not know the answer.
Ah.
But we can try to find out. Also, this is what we need right here. But just like I was saying, I no longer have enough of the proper spritling to make this work.
Oh no.
Oh, one of them is actually carrying a thing. I can make them drop it, though. Like, everybody drop your shit.
Drop it. Put it down.
Alright, so I can throw 2 boys over there, but I need 5. And so now, I have to backtrack and get more spritlings.
Oh, dang.
Because I got my ass kicked in that other fight.
Hello, President Walker. This is not 2.5 Pikmin, 2.5D Pikmin, but also not 2.5D Pikmin. It is the Wild Heart. What did you say?
the wild at heart.
Wild at Heart.
which I like as a title, though I don't think it doesn't say much about the game itself. It's just a good couple of words to stick together. So this is one of the
conversation we were having about titles.
Yeah, it's basically a holdover from that whole situation. Like, cause they're kind of in the wild, like they're in a magical forest, I guess. But what, like, I don't know. I guess you could try and infer like some more meaning to that phrase from these two kids having an adventure in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you got to dig that deep to get to it, it's more like reaching rather than intentional. So I don't have to stay with these guys. I can beat them back to wherever the hell they're going. Because we need more spritlings anyway.
We're gonna bring that carousel horse back to the museum.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're doing that grunt work.
Honey Money asks, Casey, Jesse, have either of you played A Night in the Woods?
No, I've heard of it though.
Is that the one with the blue cat?
I think so, yes. And it's like they're all like millennial kids or something.
Okay, I have not played that either. It seemed interesting. I might have a copy of it, I'm not sure. I think I do.
Museum delivery received. Thank you. It'll be ready for display the next time you visit me in the Grove.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he's telling me there's still room for more stuff, which means there's still stuff for me to find. But before I finished the game, there were stars everywhere. For like, oh, there's a piece of thing here, there's a piece of thing there. Now they're gone. I guess maybe they decided once you finish the game, if you want to spend the time going back to look for stuff, let's make it more challenging by hiding where those things are now. Which
like you wanted a challenge, right?
Like I can't be too mad at that. That's fine.
Tommy says, how much for a podcast where Jesse and Casey discuss game titles and their relevance?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
like
man.
Nick will probably put whatever on this channel if you guys pay enough for it. So
yeah. So like we could have some wacky ass series like that. That sounds like a fun limited series to try.
like seriously, like I would absolutely do that if you guys really wanted.
We do like a few, like a set number of titles per episode of like a theme.
Right,
Like
or
best,
or
worst,
chat can
whatever.
Chat can propose, oh, this is a good title.
Oh, yes.
And I could be like, no, you're wrong. It's terrible.
And this is why.
Have I been up here on this cliff? Maybe not.
Honey Money reminds us that we need to do an anime show.
Oh yeah, they have been requesting an anime type show, right?
Where we talk that.
Yeah, start getting those super chats in then. Like make the donations and like as your message say, I want this, make it so. And Nick will have to pay attention.
Levy says Casey and Jesse talk about weird units of measurement and Jack makes up facts about them. Carl says the title should be, quote, the wacky ass series. Thank you for putting the hyphen in there. I appreciate it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever said this on a stream before. Using ass as like a word in a sentence is how I learned when to use hyphens. Because that's something that has always eluded me.
Really?
Like yeah, and then like I finally understood it when I was like, oh, like this, because it is something that is constant. Like when you would use it with other things, the rules kind of like it doesn't always sound the same, or it sounds like it could work either way. But when you have one word that you can use and it's the same every time, it's like, okay, I get it now, and that helped me immeasurably with understanding how to use English as a written language.
So you're saying you cannot write lazy ass or hard ass or punk ass without a hyphen.
Right, because it changes the meaning. If you have a wacky ass series without the hyphen, if I am doing this correctly, is about ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Come in.
Unless I'm just using hyphens wrong, in which case,
Sorry, my son
then I
getting ready
still
to
don't know what I'm
start
using.
Taekwondo. So I have to tie his belt for him because he's somehow made it to orange belt, but hasn't mastered tying it himself yet.
That's not part of like the first belt
It is.
training?
It's one of the first things you learn is how to tie your belt. But he's like,
Hey, Carl, welcome to bonus content.
so chase
Also-
the cat out of here.
I love that it's Shin Godzilla on your thing.
Don't stop. All right. You'd be like real extra there. All right, you go. I'll get the cat out of here.
Oh no, bring the cat on stream.
1 second.
We all want to see cat. Let's see cat. Let's see cat. Let's see cat. Orange belt means he could definitely beat me up. That's funny.
So my cat has hidden under the bed, so I won't be able to deal with her anytime soon.
Come on, cat. We want to see you.
She'll probably come bug me before the stream is over.
Yeah.
You. Oh my god. You freaking teleporting. Like she's here now. Come. She's legit quiet as hell when she wants to be.
Well, yeah, when she wants to be.
Right.
That's the whole point.
This is my cat Kizzy.
Aw, hey, cat.
She doesn't like being held, so she like gets this whole droopy look.
Doing the long cat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was doing in this game at all.
Anybody says you're always so annoyed with her, Casey. What did she ever do to you?
She made it so that it's impossible she made it for a very long time that it was impossible to sit on the couch downstairs because that couch used to be by a window. And so she would sit on the back of it and she sheds hair everywhere. Like you cannot touch or be next to her without getting her hair on you. Like it's just a matter of fact. And so like for a long time, like that couch just wasn't used. It was just Kizzy's couch. Like eventually we wanted to move it to a different location where it would get used more often. And so we had to like get all this like steam cleaning stuff, and like we spent like a lot of money to properly clean that couch, and then we had to like teach her to stay away from it. Like we spray like the little repellent stuff with it, like the anti-cat stuff. We would like, you know, try to scold her when she went back there. But I guess it worked because she doesn't really hang out over there much. But speaking of the studio that I'm setting up right now, Lampy just mentioned it. I put a futon in there, and she's already like jumping up behind that futon as if, oh, this is about to be her new spot. So I had to start that process all over again, telling her to get down all the time.
So, what's the name Kizzy from?
Kizzy is actually the name of Kunta Kinte's daughter in the movie Roots.
Ah.
Which, don't ask why I chose it. I had just very recently saw the remake that I think came on either AMC or FX, which was pretty good. Like T.I. is in it randomly, but
Okay.
right, it's just like I can't remember anyone else of note in it other than T.I. But yeah, it was the name of his daughter. I thought it was a really pretty name, and sometime, like maybe a month or two after that, my son's mother wanted a cat, and so I had a thing to name, and so I called it Kizzy. I was
Good reason. I stand behind your choice.
Free money. Alright, there's nothing to do in here other than collect this stuff. Like before my son and cat both started distracting me, like there was something I was trying to do, and I cannot for the life of me remember it anymore.
Well, someone's got to go back in the stream, find out. Apparently, I should know who Carl is, but I don't.
Carl?
Carl.
Who's Carl?
Carl, who
Like,
just
from The
joined
Walking Dead?
bonus content, and I said welcome, and Carl said, "Hey, Jesse has not defined my secret identity yet." Oh no!
Oh. So I mean, it must be a reference that you would get then, right?
Apparently so. I don't know. It's probably someone I talk to regularly elsewhere, and I just don't know their YouTube name.
But also, that
That's
person is not named Carl,
Right.
because that would give it
Or
away
they
if
could
that
be
were their
named
actual
Carl.
name.
But there are a lot of people that I have constant and deep conversation with online, and they're like, whatever their handle is the only name I know them by. Be like, that's a good point. Blaze at 42069 or whatever, and like that's who they are to me. Like that's who knows what your what your driver's license says. It probably doesn't say that, but
Oh, I can trade things, or I can buy things from this character now that I've finished the game. These heartroot resin are the things that you can spend money in that shop in the hub to kind of upgrade yourself, which I said earlier didn't really need that much of. But broken compass, what is this? An old compass that must be busted because it just spins seemingly of its own free will and almost definitely never north. Perhaps a veteran cartographer could decipher its meanings, but otherwise not of much use. That seems super important randomly. What if that helps me break the rock somehow? I don't know. I'm leaving Kirby at low health because I want to see what happens if she does die. But I'm wondering if teleportation will heal me at all. No, right? Like, that doesn't make sense. Why would teleportation heal you? Like, saving should heal you, but not teleportation. Okay, so Paper Planes is this gentleman here. His backstory is interesting. I won't spoil it, but the quirky thing about him is he does not speak. He writes all his dialogue is via him writing information on paper planes, which is why he's called Paper Planes. Like he'll write something, he'll send it to you, and his magic will be having the conversation before you actually said the things. Like the stuff that you are answering, like the next sentence will basically be a response to what you said before you got the does that make sense what I'm saying? Like he's writing the whole dialogue out of your conversation before he has a conversation with you. Like that's his like magic power.
Oh, weird.
All right, so yeah, I think the compass belonged to him. I haven't seen this since wherever did you get this? We got off a creature named Kath over on the coast. So up Kath, and they did not eat you. I mean, they did kind of seem like they wanted to. Well, I must say this is quite the trinket. This compass is an old companion of mine, one I used to help chart the deeper mysteries of these woods. Return to me in a day or so. I should be able to use this to expand my map selection. Interesting. So, like, there's still stuff to do. Like, the game is completed, but this guy's going to upgrade the maps even more. Like, I bought all the area maps from him already because it was a thing to do, but that's neat that there's still stuff happening.
Dang.
Still have not unlocked the mystery of those rocks yet, though.
Because those rocks and all those cats in those
yeah,
boxes.
a lot of the cats I got to get are behind those damn rocks. So, like one thing leads to the next.
Real Resident Evil key situation. Oh, that was a tooth.
What? Oh yeah, this was a thing that we found. An enormous tooth gripped to a giant or a dragon. Or a giant dragon, wielded long ago by a knight during the founding of the Green Shield Order, though no one has had the strength to wield it since.
It's got a serious cavity in it.
Well, luckily it's not in a mouth anymore. Where's my stash box? There it goes. Okay, so there is crafting in this, which I did mention in the review. It's not super in-depth, but it's at least a little fun because you can like put random things together and it'll show you like what else can possibly be added to it. Like this.
Sorry, was that called poop fruit?
Yes, it's called poop fruit.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
I think it's that blue one on the right.
Yeah. Like, it's just
Oh,
it's
no,
smelly.
wrong. But that, I mean, that does make sense for the name then.
These kids curse a little bit. So like,
ooh,
like they're very young, but they be on that bull. These kids are sassy. Applies a run speed increase for a short time and restores some hearts. Yeah, so like there's a lot of these things that I never really had a use for, but like again, like if you're having trouble, like these are things, recycle junk that doesn't do anything. These are things that you can mix together and yeah, create tools with. The flares and the lanterns help with the never when they come for you at night.
Can you make dynamite to blow up rocks?
What would be the ingredients of dynamite?
It's expired soda, obviously. That's where you get the pop.
A ferocious new breed. New brew. Applies extra vigor to spritlings in a splash zone. Okay, that just raises attack power. So yeah, there's no item that has been like an attack item. Like either they apply buffs to the spritlings because you just throw it on them, or you eat it and it applies buffs to you, or it's a thing that you put on the ground and it's passive, like the lights. But
okay,
yeah, if there's something that does blow up.
Wait, what if you put, hang on, what if you put expired soda? What is that, honey? Oh, you can't mix it with honey.
Yeah, that doesn't mix with it. Anything.
What are the other three things you can mix with it?
This is loose parts. This is crackle candy, so like pop rocks or whatever, and this is just
Ooh.
tin can.
Okay, What if you put some crackle candy in there? What were the other two?
Tin can, and I guess either more crackle candy or more
Put
soda.
it in a tin can. See if you can make it a bomb.
Nope, recycled junk.
Dang it. I figured, you know, like pop rocks and soda, put it in a can.
That's junk.
Bomb.
Yeah. Any other permutation of adding stuff to this, it just turns into junk.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I guess there isn't like a bomb. Which is
I mean, we
disappointing, 'cause
just
that
might
would
not
be,
have found it.
that would be cool. See, this is a nightlight. Like you get the moonstone, you get a bottle, and you
Oh,
get
that's
some
cool.
stuff. Yeah, that's really powerful against the Never, because it's like a wide area of protection. Yeah, so that's crafting. I'm really trying to rack my brain.
Wild
See,
cursing. Speakeasy says, "Oh, I'm telling." and Lampy wants to know, does it curse as much as Jesse?
probably not, but let's say a few things do. I would assume.
I don't do it too much.
Does boy howdy count as a curse? That's my question.
Boy. That is the G-est curse. Like, the most G-rated curse in all of language is boy howdy.
The heartlands. There's like an area. Well, I guess that doesn't have a teleport thing. That's why. 'Cause there were like some opening intro areas that I feel like I haven't been back to in a long time that I want to like explore again now that I have like end game stuff. But I guess I can't just go there. I have to like trek my way back there because there's no teleport pad. Also, the music in this game is phenomenal.
Yeah, someone mentioned that earlier, that they were really enjoying the soundtrack.
Yeah, like every area kind of has its own music, its own themes and stuff. They're all pretty mellow, like nothing's too like distracting. But they're all like just really chill. Like I would love to have this soundtrack just playing in the background, like while going to sleep or like maybe writing or something. Like I know everybody goes straight to like smoking weed, but I don't smoke weed, so so I don't have that as an option.
For the rest of, you know, for us, there's game soundtracks.
Right. Though if I did smoke weed, I probably wouldn't smoke weed to write. I feel like that wouldn't help me, but I don't smoke weed, so what do I know?
Based on the writings I've read from people who do that, that's a real ice cream and garlic situation. Like, if you do them separate, that's fine, but don't put them together. Honey Money asked, what would you say is the biggest selling point for you, Casey?
Of this game?
Yeah.
Experiencing Pikmin on a non-Nintendo platform. Like, honestly. Okay. So that's what happens when you get killed.
Okay.
You lose a ton of your money, and you go back to
boy.
save point. Okay, oh, they're talking to each other again. Kirby, you're awake. You got bonked pretty hard. How you feeling? Okay, I guess. Thanks for bringing me back. All right, so that's how they do it. So either one goes down, then you just go back to the nearest save point. Yeah, because I didn't come here either. Like, I run around, so they just took me to where the save point is on this section of the map. I wonder how much money that was I lost, though. Like that. Like, I probably get more back pretty quick, but that seemed like a lot.
Is it gonna Dark Souls it? And like you gotta go
Oh,
back
like,
there.
oh
and you
yeah,
can
maybe
pick up
it's
the
all still
money.
there.
Or it's Bloodborne, and like the enemy that you died to is now has red eyes, and if you can defeat it, you get it back.
Going back to Honey Money's question though, I will say, more even so. Oh, is this all my stuff? Yeah. Okay. That was at least some of it. Son of a. This is the same guy that hurt us. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, rather than just saying, okay, you can play Pikmin on a non-Nintendo platform. Like, even if you enjoyed Pikmin, this is kind of more of that, right? Also, the added benefit of it being a new and more interesting world, because when I was doing my Pikmin research, I looked at, the story of Pikmin, and it's, kind of standard Nintendo non-story stuff. Like, it's just...
Right.
There's some sort of dilemma. Everything that you do is geared around solving the very basic dilemma. Like, oh, our ship is crashed. Let's get all the parts to fix our ship. Oh, our business is losing money. Let's get all this stuff to save the business. Like, there's no real story between the actual characters. Whereas this game has a story.
Yeah, I like that way more.
Yeah, so... Yeah, if Pikmin was not your cup of tea, this might be, because of that difference.
He says, Pikmin research. Wink.
I don't know what the wink is for, but I find that hilarious.
I think it's code for, just go play Pikmin. Like, I wasn't playing a game, I was doing research.
No, I didn't play that game. I just watched videos on that game. So that's why I consider it research. Though playing a game does count as research. Like, that is 100% research if you're playing a game to learn something about it, or, mechanics in it. Or if it tells a story about something, like, factual.
Now YouTube chat is talking about weird food because of my ice cream and garlic comment.
Right, I didn't say anything about that. But I also thought, I've never heard that as a combination, and that's probably the whole point of you putting those two things together.
Right.
Like, that's why you said that.
Billy says there's a 6-star Michelin UK chef that has a bacon and eggs ice cream as one of their most known dishes. Most known, or like most ordered? Because you could be known and be like, yeah, I know them for that, but like, I ain't gonna eat it.
Yeah, that does not.
So now I'm curious.
That does not sound like it goes well together. But maybe it does. I've never tried it.
I want to talk about those gross, the jelly beans, those jelly bellies that like had the random flavor in them.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, most of them are normal, but you might get earwax.
And who tasted earwax to try and replicate it in a candy? What was going on? Like,
they had to do research.
Kirby was tripping out for a second there. I don't know if anyone saw that.
Also, as someone who has eaten grass, don't ask. Yeah, the dirt ones did taste accurate in those jelly beans. They were disgusting.
So that's enough evidence to prove that someone on that staff tasted earwax.
Yeah, someone had to.
Right?
Yeah. Also,
I'm getting paid. I'll do it.
Also, buttered popcorn is not one of those flavors, but it should be. It is disgusting. That is a horrible jelly bean.
Some things just shouldn't be jelly beans. I get it.
Yeah, it's like if you ate bad margarine. Just a spoonful of it.
Oh no. But that's
It's
already like
terrible.
making my stomach hurt.
To be frank, Jesse, Casey thinks mint and ice cream is not right. That's
It's
true.
not.
You don't like that.
It's not
delicious.
I can't get down with that. Mint is the acid that cleans your mouth out.
Delicious. It's a wonderful flavor. Apparently, yeah, they were the Harry Potter ones. I think Ison is correct.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I don't know if Harry Potter was the first time I'd heard of jelly beans like that, but yeah, they were definitely in that movie. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
if, someone turned it into a business after that idea.
I think there might have been some before that, but that was definitely, if there wasn't, that was definitely the one that really popularized it.
That was also the first place I heard of butter beer.
Oh my gosh!
Like, I don't know what that is still to this day, but it sounds like something I want to try.
It's okay. We went to Universal a few years ago. And they had butterbeer in the Harry Potter world, just like as a cart. It was like, buy your butterbeer here. And we were like, we're thirsty. Yeah, it sounds delicious. It's basically cream soda and more sugar. Like a really frothy, clean cream soda. And it was stupendous. We got really? Several throughout the day.
Damn. So I got hooked.
Yeah, the one they had wasn't alcoholic. I know that, like, for Harry Potter parties, people like mix rum in it or something. I don't like liquor, so
same.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that one. But the one that's basically just good soda was delicious because it's good soda.
Oh, this? Oh, okay. This is something new. So only my spiky boys can deal with the crystals.
Oh, it makes sense. They're so spiky.
And I just realized I have very few spiky boys. Why do I have so few spiky boys? This path is also blocked. Nothing? Why'd you go to that one and not the... Like, finish your job. Oh, wait, can I go past already? Ha! Alright, I want to read that lore, whatever that is. Because there's a chance it could spoil something for people who want to play. But, the lore pieces that you find, like that page I just picked up, they are legitimately interesting. Like, they flesh out some of the history of, you know, these kooky wizards that you're hanging out with. Even some unshown characters who are around get, you know, some information about them dumped in those lore things, and it's written quite well.
Really cool.
Like, they could absolutely make like a prequel or a sequel to this game, and I'd be interested in seeing like what happened next, right? Like what happens when Wake and Kirby grow up? Like what happens like what happened to the wizards, like when they first got in the forest? Like what happened to the Green Witch before she mysteriously disappeared? Like all that stuff is like, you know, like the characters are so good, you know, like I wouldn't mind reading or watching something that had that info in it. Why you're doing this alone?
It's like, I got this.
Also, I forgot to mention, you can just show your baby's love with an emote there. Like you just tell them good job or something, and it just spreads throughout like a wave. Like I imagine it as like a game of telephone where like he like whispers to first one like, "Hey, I love you," and he says, "Oh, he says he loves us," and then they just keep passing the message down. I don't know why that's so funny to me. And so I forgot, says, wait, do the little monsters / spirit things just bang their heads into those crystals? No, they're punching them, I believe. Oh. I went around this whole thing. I didn't realize there was a path to get here from there, but there is. Oh, you know what? I need to go back to the to Paper Plains, because he should have whatever new thing he was gonna have for me by now. can't cross this.
I'm sorry, that's funny. I had to add that chat. It was flagged.
Wait, which one?
The one that you read, it was listed as flagged.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't realize.
Whoa, this might be some sexual content. Are you sure you want to? And it highlights the words, and it was it was monster and bang were the two words in that sentence. It was like, whoa, now.
Look,
You sure you want this on Twitch?
Can't be talking about monster bangs here. we know what that is. We've been around the block. I think
They're
I
not
solved
even
this whole area
together.
already.
Just those words. Oh, sorry, it's little monster and bang. Apparently I'm too saucy for Twitch today. Yeah, insightful. Sorry.
I've only just now remembered the thing I forgot like way earlier in the stream.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it was there was like a rock that needed 75 spritelings, and I was gonna try to figure out how to get to the other side to search around for like the moon rock that the Lunalings need to get stronger, and just never never got around to it. Let's teleport back to base and see if what's his face has new stuffs for us. Why is Tabachi talking about euthanizing squids with karate chops?
I am not sure. I apparently either completely missed the first part of that, or it's just out of nowhere. Also, very curious if that's true.
So he has added maps to his shop.
Oh, nice.
The undergrowth map.
Get those maps.
Oh, treasure. Okay, so this. Okay, so now they're putting the stuff on the map for me, which is good. I appreciate that.
Oh, Lost Cats map. That sounds like a great map. Lampy asks, well, how do you euthanize squids, Casey and Jesse?
I let squids live their best life.
Yeah, you just got, let them squid.
Live and let squid.
Exactly. Or if you prefer, squid and let live.
I have a lot of Luna boys. Why?
Anybody says they're quite squirmy, not sure how that would work. Well, that's why you got to do the chop. You can't like grab them; they're too squirmy. You gotta, hiya.
15 of you.
I'm just gonna cut loose on some cephalopods. Insightful.
No, I want more of this one.
I have not seen people prepare live squids. Sounds wild.
Have you ever eaten squid? Like, is that something you'd be interested to try at all?
I mean, I've had calamari, so yes.
Calamari is squid, right?
Right.
Or
it's freaking deep fried, but
like, and is
I think I
is
had
there like a difference in the taste of like squid and octopus?
I mean, I am sure there is. Like, there's a difference between every other kind of meat.
Is there?
I mean, beef doesn't taste like pork. They got some similarities.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
But really, all meat kind of tastes gross until you season it. I mean, just like raw meat, even cooked meat, but with no seasoning, not a good flavor. But like seasoned meat, oh, delicious.
I mean, you're right. But
That's what.
but you're it's almost as if there's a world that exists where people cook meat and don't season it and then go, that's some good meat. Like that's like how I heard that at first. I'm like, wait, how can you eat meat without seasoning it? Like, who would do that? Is where my mind went, and then I went like, you know what? Someone probably does do that. Get them, boys.
Carl says yes. Octopus and squid taste different. I'm willing to believe it.
Okay, what is that about? They're saying, what the heck is this thing real? It's so hard to see it in all this light. Does that mean I have to come back when it's night to open this chest?
Probably.
But this is literally the only thing in this game that has had that kind of effect and description on it. So that is also interesting. So I can like recall the Spritelings before he like attacks them to try and like, you know, keep them from getting killed. So it's an extra dynamic that makes the combat more engaging than just chucking everything you have at the enemies. Which, like I said in the review, like that will work. Like if you just hit them with enough, eventually it'll get the job done. But you know, you can be better. You can get your skills up. So this, funnily enough.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. President Walker brings up, what if you throw the Lunalings at the thing that's too bright?
Yeah, let's try that. Nah, they don't know what to do.
It was a good thought.
Yeah, I think that one might have to do with the time of day. The sludge here, for whatever reason, we kids can walk on it just fine. But this forest spirits are like, nah. Like, we don't mess with this stuff.
We ain't about that.
Have I been here already? I think so. Yeah, I think that's maybe how this door got opened. But I'm looking for something. Yeah, it's... Look, where the hell is that? So there's still more... Yeah, there's still more map that isn't even uncovered. Like, I bought a whole map from Paper Planes, and this guy didn't fill the whole thing in. Come. Okay, secret area.
Oh man, my stream froze right when
cool,
you said
sword.
that.
Oh no.
Oh, looks like it froze.
Yeah, it's OBS is
Twitch.
red right now. What the hell is
Back
happening?
for me.
Yeah, okay, now it's yellow, and now it's green.
There we go.
Yeah, that just seemed like a quick heart attack.
Yeah, we're back.
Sorry guys,
That's
I don't
good.
know what that was. Just weird, like, internet spikes. I don't know. Is it chugging at all? Like the frame rate?
Yes. Frame rate seems to be chugging now.
Huh. Hold on. Let me see if there's anything at all I can do about that.
Oh, welcome back, Salvador. Let me ask, can you throw them into the sludge?
I can, but they will die rather quickly.
Oh no.
Okay, that looks fine now.
Yeah. As soon as it catches up. Yeah, looks like chat saying seems fine. Who was the sword up there?
Yeah, I wonder whose sword that belongs to. Like, is it just a museum item, or will that go to Toothpicks? Because she's the resident sword wielder.
There we go. Now it's back.
So I can sacrifice
Looks
one
smooth
for
on my end.
experimentation.
So.
Yeah, they just die. Like they can't deal with it at all.
They just sink.
Oh, they're about to get attacked by this guy. Look at him. He's like trying to get out their way.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like they're like, look, I see you're busy. I won't disturb you.
We can all live in peace. It's fine.
Okay, that's not the rock from earlier.
You get that arcade machine?
No. You know what? There's a ton of TVs and arcade machines all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can do this with any TV you find. Oh, that's just a cutscene for the sword. Museum delivery. Okay, so that's just the museum. And you can kick them off or kick them on anytime you see them. And there are a lot. There are tons of TVs all over the place that you can do that with. So I got it in my head, like, either all these TVs need to be on or all these TVs need to be off, and something could happen. But I have not the patience to attempt that and see if it's true. But like, there's like, you get the feeling that that's a thing that this game would do because of all the other secrets and stuff that they hide.
Yeah.
Because like,
Do they generally default on or off when you find them?
no, like it could be either or, you know. Like I'll come across some that are on, or I'll come across some that are already off. Like all of these are on.
Oh, I see that one in the back is off though.
Oh yeah, that one up there is off.
Huh.
But also, how would I even get there?
You gotta throw a little
Yeah, would my sprite
figure
get it?
at him.
Oh no, well, they just died, so. All right, this is a character you can trade. Like when you make the recycled junk, this character will pay you way more for it than the regular shop. So like if you're really in need of money, you can essentially, you know, turn a bunch of extra items into junk and then sell it to that guy. But I was never really in need of money like that. Oh no, wrong guys. I'm losing so many of these people. Crap. Again, I forgot what I was trying to do. I was trying to get to this thing up here because now it's on my map. Let me go collect the guys who did that delivery and we'll keep going.
President Walker says, dang, a total of 4 have died under General Casey.
Wait, where the hell did they go? Oh crap. I'm going the absolute wrong way.
Partner's watching that Castlevania without me.
Oh man, that's a party foul.
No. Been wanting to watch that.
See, if I did that, my fiance would be quite peeved with me. Like I can't get away with behavior like that.
Shit, well, I'm at work. Oh. Ouch. It does seem cool. We watched the first season, but I haven't actually caught up to the rest of it yet.
Oh, so you're the one lagging behind. She's had it.
We're both lagging behind.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, oh, you only watched season 1, and she's like getting through the 4th one right now. Crap, what was I gonna do? Okay, birth more of you.
Yeah. Lampy says she's not even watching your stream. She watched my stream earlier today, so it's okay.
believe it or not, the people closest to us tend to not care about the stuff we do. Like, I have 4 brothers other than myself. Both my parents are, around. Several cousins. None of them watch anything I do. Most of them don't understand what I do. My fiance as well doesn't watch most of my stuff. Unless I say, hey, you want to see this thing I did? Then she'll come over and be like, oh, that's nice. Because clearly she doesn't care, but she loves me, so she's trying to make me feel good. So I appreciate that. All right, I want more power, so that's what we're gonna go with. Purple equals power.
That makes sense. One of my favorite colors.
Wait, why do I still not have a full roster? Are these guys lost on the map somewhere? Like I'm still missing 4. Yes, it's telling me there are 60 in the field right now, so I can't pull out anymore. But usually they'll show me where they are on the map. I must have left them like not even. Oh yeah, here's some over here. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there.
Dang.
I either gotta, I gotta dismiss them.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you have a dismiss.
Yeah. So now I can withdraw the max here. So dismissing idle ones, you lose the whatever that glowy stuff is. Because even if they die, like if you're near them, you can still like retrieve the essence from them. So like it's not like a loss. Like you can just go take that and turn it back into more spritlings.
Mushroom guys.
Yeah, these guys do the most damage, and they also do damage when they get thrown on things. So like they'll damage it by hitting it, and then they'll damage it by punching it.
Dang.
It's just telling me information about the pips. What am I looking for? I'm too high up. I need to get over some. Oh wait, it's about to be night, right? Crap. That chest is all the way down here. All right, you know what? Let's run down there and see if we can interact with it now that it's nighttime.
How do you know it's officially nighttime and not some sort of dusk?
The bottom right corner has little pictures of what time of day it is. So,
oh, okay.
The earliest portion of the day, yeah, I just need to wait till nighttime. That's it.
Oh, nice.
Not too complicated at all. So the earliest portion of the day will be like a sun symbol with an arrow pointing up. So sun up, right? And then midday, you'll get like a chime. You get like a noon clock sound effect, right?
Gotcha.
Matter of fact, now I'm thinking about it, they're all accompanied by sound effects. Like the morning will be like a rooster, and then you'll get like the sun up sign. Noon will have like a chime, and it'll be just a sun with no information. Sundown will be... Crap. I forget what the sound for sundown is, but it's a sun symbol with no rays on it, but an arrow pointing down. So that's dusk. And then nighttime is a wolf howl, and you get a crescent moon. You all know the wolves come out at night.
That's what I hear. And they hunt in packs.
Here, this is where I need to be.
Oh, it shows you the ramp too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's exactly how maps should work.
But also, how do I keep missing this ramp? Like I'm going.
Wow,
so,
yeah, you just blitz past
right?
it somehow.
Like what? Okay, let's keep going this way. Oh, the ramp is up there. Okay. So
Oh.
more puzzling. Okay.
So you gotta go.
Here. Yeah.
Wait, it's right. There's a ramp to that ramp.
What, this one? Is that what you're talking about? This?
Maybe it was on your map though.
Is a
Like,
yeah. This is a ramp, but I think this is premature. Like this, I think is referring to when this is in its proper place.
Oh. Can you throw your little spritelings up there? You got some buff spritelings that can.
You know, I
drag?
can, but that's too far. Like I don't know if. Yeah, like they won't be able to do anything from that distance. But I'm pretty sure I can get up here and get around back. Somehow.
Throw them down there. You figure out how to bust those rocks. Bust that rock.
Wait, which one? This one?
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
This one does not have a crack on it, so I don't think I'd be able to do that. Usually, if I'm hopping up and down, it's because I gotta start trading some sprite boys. The question is, from where to where?
So, I'm going to ask a very topical question.
Feel free.
Are cicadas dumb?
I honestly don't know enough about cicadas to answer that question.
There's a cicada on my porch I'm looking at right now. That's on its back. Like, fluttering around. It can't seem to flip over. I mean, it's just there. As far as I know.
I think that's because of its intelligence level. Like, what if it's like, you know, like a turtle, and it's like it mechanically can't flip itself over?
Yeah, I mean, that could be it too. Maybe that is it. But like, it's really trying. But it seems like if it just rolled, it could do it.
They're not breaking anything over there. All right, so
Cicada. A cicada. It's those loud bugs that are pooping all over our porch. And leaving their shells and some of their corpses. Wow, there's another one that's upside down too.
Maybe they're just dying. Like they just go there to die.
I'm not sure why they want to do that on our porch, but especially in such a seemingly violent manner as this one. There's another one laying down, just like doing one leg, like, I'm gonna go out after this stream and give it some water, see if it'll be able to live its best cicada life, which is about a week long. I don't remember how long they live above ground. It's pretty short.
All right, I'm legitimately confused now. It doesn't seem like there is a way to get to the opposite side of this thing from here, unless I have to come from this side. But, all right, how do I come from this side? I guess this random stretch of land here?
Maybe.
But then how the hell do I get in there? I don't know, some roundabout way of coming through this path? I don't know, because this looks blocked. And this looks like it goes over here.
Maybe there's like a connection in between those 2 points that goes up.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just too turned up too hard. Maybe President Walker. Are you gonna make little gravestones for them? No, I'm not. They pooped all over my porch. I'm not making a gravestone.
Y'all got beef. He's like, like I don't care
There's
about their lives.
so much little cicada poop. But like, I mean, I'll try and help them live. you know. But I'm not gonna, make a supercut of the best moments of their lives to play at their funeral or anything. Like, I'll help them while they're alive, but once they're dead, we're done. Our transaction is complete.
Oh, did I just find
give them a little water. Somehow I think the cicadas are going to think that the giant is trying to drown them. That might be true, insightful. Make a video to I Will Remember You and post it on YouTube, Jesse. That would be funny if I just get a few videos of cicadas and all of the poop that they left on my porch.
Right.
Did that.
So I exited the map from this side up here, and it took me straight across to here.
Oh, all right.
So to get into this area,
maybe there's another teleport.
Yes, something. Like there's nothing here that looks like it isn't locked off to that area, but I guess that's what exploration's for.
That's what I hear. Well, it is 6:01 now.
Oh, is it? Okay. So that means exploration for you guys must stop.
Unless you get this game, and then you can explore all you want.
Exactly. It is on Game Pass. I mentioned that in review. Outside of that, it's $24.99, I believe, which honestly is a fair price. I enjoyed it. And I think anyone who's a fan of like action adventure games will also enjoy it. Great job by Moonlight Kids, which is the name of the dev. Great name for a dev team. But yeah, that's gonna do it for The Wild at Heart. Jesse, do you want to let these folks know about any of your upcoming projects?
Sure. I'll be streaming Thursday night, 6 o'clock Eastern, which is after the Escapist stream ends over on my channel. I'll be streaming with my friend RBG Blight. Not sure what we're playing this week. Possibly Phasmo, possibly something else. I don't know. Of course, we have game night on Saturday.
Right.
On the Escapist. Friday, I probably either Amy or I'm not sure which one of us yet, should be doing the throwback stream. If it's me, I'll be doing more Dragon's Dogma. I'll be doing stuff on my stream Monday and Tuesday, 11 to 2 p.m., which is 11 a.m. 2 p.m. Eastern time. Playing what I'll be doing for the next behind schedule. Actually, it'll be 2 behind schedules now because I've still waiting on one and finished the last game. But that's what I'll be doing. Apparently, I've joked about this enough, so now I have to do it. I'm going to try and do it before E3. I'm going to do a Get Jesse a Switch stream.
Yes, please do.
I am. I'll tell you when and see if I can get you into like some games on it. Like specifically, I want to try and like cut it up into a few games throughout.
Right. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Periods,
that'll
like
be a good time.
I want to do like a lot of.
You do that.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'll let people know. It'll probably be on like a Saturday or something before
Nice.
E3. What about you?
Oh, me? Well, if you like hearing about game news, you can check out the Sigma Show. Latest episode came out this Sunday. You can watch the VOD on the Open Party Gaming YouTube channel. So you can search for that. Follow it, subscribe to it if you care about stuff like that. You can find pretty much everything I'm doing for the rest of the week on my Twitter. So follow me at SigmaGears9, like the tag says underneath me. I really can't say anything yet, but it seems like there's going to be some cool stuff coming down the pipe, especially with E3 coming around the corner. Like that should be like a lot of fun, the stuff that we're going to be doing then. But then immediately after, also lots of fun stuff coming in the future. So like we said earlier, the super chats and the subscriptions and all that stuff definitely helps us keep doing the stuff that we want to do. For example, the D&D stuff that's coming down the pipe is because of all the monetary interest that was expressed when Jack and Marty did that stream, where Jack was basically just setting up for his regular D&D night. So like that stuff gets, you know, Nick's attention, and it gets Nick's attention because it takes a lot off his plate in terms of budgeting for like what stuff we can do, right? So like the more you guys do that stuff, the more we can get like really cool one-off and funny shows and situations like that. So just keep that in mind. Like no pressure. You know things are rough for everybody, but just in general, if you want to support, you know, that's how you support. That's how you help directly. That's going to do it for this stream. Thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks, Jesse, for joining me today. See you next week. Bye.
Hi, everybody.